What is up, everybody? Welcome on back to some content here on youtube.com/Shaunosaurus Today, we are going to be checking out Fall Guys, but while I play Fall Guys, I'm going to tell you all about my trip to Austin, Texas. Now, haven't played Fall Guys since it went free-for-all recently, I think a couple of weeks ago. Now, it is July 4th, 2022. I've already had fireworks happening in the street behind me. So if that stuff goes off, it is on the audio. That explains it because it's 4th of July. So there you go. This video, I believe, is posting on July 8th, 2022 as a Friday video. We had football. It should be football, something else. Oh, Demo Fest, Sea of Thieves, then this. A taste test tomorrow. Sneak peek of the taste test tomorrow. Just to kind of entice you. That's all I'll say. Not even going to say anything. Hello and welcome. And if you like content like that, be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring that bell. Thank you so much. This is the first time I've actually acknowledged it. Thank you so much for helping me hit 1,000 subscribers. That is something that actually happened while I was in Texas, which is pretty unbelievable. It's been wild. Let's take a brief detour here because I didn't actually plan on talking about this, but I've been saying hey, you can help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I've been saying that for a while in a bunch of the videos. It's been a wild year plus of explosion. It was and this is not a negative in any way, shape, or form, but it was a slow growth at the beginning. And I think that's going to be most things. Nobody really knows who you are, and you're just kind of just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks, especially for me. Is hovering around, 50 subscribers or something like that. And then the Eon Flux video went up, and then everything has just exploded since then. 1,000 subscribers is wild, and it's still climbing. I took a screenshot of it and didn't tweet out anything or didn't post anything because I didn't want it to go up and then drop back down. But it was slowly climbing, picking up a couple here and there, which is fine. I feel like that's one of the weird things about content creation is just saying things how they are, and it just being a fact is something that I don't think people deal super well with, because I think people want to jump in and be supportive of oh, it's okay, or they'll feel bad that they're not doing more, and it's no, if you're watching the content, if you're hanging out, you're having a good time doing whatever, well, I'm not going to be mad about that. Watch the content, don't watch the content, pick and choose. It's designed in a way that's if you like taste test, or you like just certain games, or just the sports stuff, watch that. If you don't want to watch the other stuff, don't watch the other stuff. You don't have to watch everything. That's impossible. And that's a borderline irresponsible ask on my part to say, watch that many hours of content that I make. Watch other shit. Pick and choose. It's more than fine with me. Every time I see that, people are watching stuff, and the watch time, and it's all hell yeah, someone went out of their way to watch this video on this channel. That means so much. So, thank you all for that. But, it was slowly kind of creeping towards 1,000. Every once in a while you get a bump here and there. I talk about it pretty frequently, where it seems to ebb and flow, pretty regularly with the variance of the, Eon Flux views. Will drop down to 500 views, for example, and it'll pick up 1 or 2 maybe. It'll skyrocket up to 1.3K, and it'll pick up a few more subscribers, and it'll kind of drop down, and kind of goes up and down like that, and the subscriber numbers go with it, because that's the most viewed video on the channel, which is currently sitting at, I haven't actually looked at it in a bit, but that Spotify. No, I don't need to open Spotify. Interestingly enough, I did not open that tab today. Currently sitting at 700 and some odd views recently. 194,421 views on that. 74% on the likes, 913 likes. So, yeah, so it ebbs and flows with that. I noticed, it's going up, and it just kind of kept inching closer towards that 1K number. And that's probably the last time. I basically have been pointing out every time it hits an extra 100 subscribers on like Instagram or Twitter or whatever. And I think I'll just kind of leave that alone. Maybe 1,500 and 2,000. And then if it keeps going, God willing, hopefully, Lord Kesha willing. But, yeah, that happened. Just kind of a coincidental time thing. It was going up in a way that was consistent enough to make me feel like it was a win, not an if. So thank you so much for your support. It feels like I sound really somber about it, but I'm not. I am pretty tired today. So you might get like a little bit of like either a lower energy, or I'll be lower energy or delusional. One of the two. I don't know. Maybe we'll move between the two. But that was the most surprising thing that happened during Austin. Like, it was cool to see that number tick over at like midnight Central Time or something like that. And for me to be able to catch that at 1,000 subscribers was pretty cool. So, yeah, again, thank you so much for supporting. If you've been here since Week in Review was the only show that went up on this channel, or if you're just coming in now because you want to hear about RTX, thanks for watching. I mean, hopefully you'll stick around, check out some other stuff. I spent most of the plane ride home the other day just writing out July, and there's some good stuff coming up. So be ready for that. There's good stuff coming up on the channel because there's like some good games and some fun things that are kind of like happening. So, yeah. Austin, Texas. Oh, the Fall Guys. Fall Guys went free to play. It's on Xbox. The most inconveniently timed special event is, fingers crossed, happening right now, with the Master Chief costume up for grabs. So we're going to check out and see that. However, you need to connect your Epic Games account to continue with your Xbox Live account. And I have heard that you can unlock or auto unlock achievements with that. So that's where we're going to start. I'm going to hit continue on this thing, and we're going to see what it does. I guess this doesn't actually have any info. Well, actually, hold on. I'm going to hit continue. And then we're going to just kind of look. Oh, I got to enter my birth date. Okay. That's fine. Not the worst information to enter live on the internet, but we'll keep it. We'll see if we can get these. See if we get these achievements at all. Hopefully it doesn't. Okay, online, social panel, downloading content. Nothing. No email addresses, no nothing. Oh, it's overloaded. The encoding's overloaded. That's good. About to star in the greatest game show ever created. Take a quick look. How to play. We know how to do that. This is... Who knows? Who knows what number video this is? How to play. And we're good. Matchmaking, crossplay. Okay. Okay. Oh, we have 10 hours. There's 10 hours left in this. There are lost helmets to collect. Throw blast balls. Play Spartan Showdown. Okay. So this actually should be pretty easy. Reach the final round. Get knocked down by blast balls. Throw blast balls. Qualify. Okay, what's in the shop? Oh, the Spartan bundle. Okay, so okay, I should probably just buy these then. How do you buy Showbucks? Ooh, how much is it? 2,400. Ooh. How much is just the costume? 12. Oh man. How long are those around? Showbucks. It's a $20. Did not realize that. Season 1 starter pack. Plus 1,000. How do you get Showbucks? Is there a way to get... Is there a way to earn these? Ah, god dang it. It's only available for 10 more hours. I mean, I love Halo, right? It's $20. Do I need to buy new work shoes? Do I buy new work shoes? Do I buy do I buy costumes for a fake bean in this game? Is there... Okay, hold on. Is there, like... There's some free stuff. Oh, you get 100 Showbucks as currency. That one's locked. 100. What does this mean? There's like a bunch of extra stuff in here. So there are Showbucks in here, but I don't think there's going to be enough Showbucks to, like, do anything. Also, thought that it would auto-unlock achievements. Nope, not doing that at all. Not doing that at all. So we'll have to just kind of... We'll just have to unlock them for fun. 100... I mean, they're pretty consistent, but... How many? I wonder how many there are. Well, you know what? Let's see. I got just a naked bean here. What kind of outfits do I have? I got the coral blue. Go with that. Pattern. It's one face. I do have this bunny. So I guess we could rock that a little bit. And show selector. Oh, there it goes. There's something. Equip your first cosmetic. All right, 10 gamer score down, 990 to go. Spartan Showdown. Grab your co-op buddy and use blast balls to eliminate the other Spartans. So let's jump into that, and we'll take out solo show, and we'll jump in. Okay, so what I need to do actually is pull up a guide for Spartan Showdown. And we'll talk all about Austin, Texas. Reach the final round. Lost helmet. Okay, so where are the lost helmets? Gate crash. Gate crash. Okay, I would love... So, gate crash. Where's the hidden helmet? This is the way to go. No, 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 nope, 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 nope. Let me up, let me up. No, here we go, here we go. We're in, don't worry about the blasts. Hoop! Oh my god. What a bounce, what a bounce, what a bounce. What a bounce, times 2. Is that the helmet? Okay, got that. Alright, plus 22 points. Plus 22 points. How's that looking on the audio? That's looking pretty good. So welcome on in. The big news with me lately is, and why there wasn't a video on Sunday or Friday, is because, it's like they're trying to just get the challenges done, is because I was in Austin, Texas, going to RTX, and originally the plan was, well, let me back up. back in March of 2022, we went to, whoops, I am dangerous. Oh, we got eliminated immediately. Fantastic. My teammate is terrible. That was... you know what? That's fine. No, it's not fine. It's not fine. I tried to... Why? Why would you do that? Why would you think that I... Oh my god. Laptop. What are you doing? Windows, what are you doing? Okay. Oh, whatever. Why am I still in here? I got eliminated immediately? 50 cosmetic items from the store. 10 cosmetic items? Oh, god dang it. Uncommon or better body color pattern. Oh, I gotta do all this stuff again. It auto-unlocked all the trophies in the, what's it called? In the PlayStation version. So that's kind of why I thought maybe. Excellent. Didn't even get the one for like qualify from a round. That's how bad that was. Oh, from the store. Interesting. So like common. I only have 1,000 kudos. Common. Uncommon. Got some. Okay. Battery powered. Got a rare. I haven't actually even looked at the achievements. Okay. 2 of them complete. The lost helmet. I said hidden helmet. They're just lost helmets. So they're going to be really easy. They should be really easy to find. 2 of them down. We got to qualify from any round 7 different times. That'd be nice. Throw blast balls. Final round. This should be easy as all get out. I want that kitty helmet. I want it real bad. So let's rewind to the very start of this. Back in March, right at the end of March, you may remember a video went up about Seattle stories. The Beeb and I went to Seattle to go see Achievement Hunter live. They were doing their big live performance, their live tour that they were supposed to do in 2020, but obviously there were complications with that problem, or with that situation. Didn't get to do it until 2022. So we went and did that, and I don't even know what I called that video back then. Seattle vlog. My amazing trip to Seattle. It was an hour and 41 minutes. We went to Achievement Hunter Live. I won tickets to go to RTX later that year. Fast forward to this time, we win tickets. We get a weekend pass. We get a 2-night hotel stay. We are weekend pass, 2-night hotel stay. We just got to come up with airfare, and then any other nights we want to stay are like those are on us. So we go in, we get that stuff taken care of, getting prepared. We're gonna go because we've never been before. Oops, almost did it on myself. Because we've never been, I'm not like sure that like the Sunday's gonna be very exciting. So we make sure that we're gonna be there for Friday and Saturday, but we're not necessarily all that worried about being there for Sunday. So we plan to leave June 29th. We're gonna come back on July 3rd. Not a great idea, honestly. Get flights that get into Austin, Texas at midnight, and like we're like, oh boy, this is not working the way this is not what we were looking for. But that's all right. That's just kind of how it worked out. The tickets were like $800 for those flights. Get that all set. Getting very excited for it. The day finally comes. We're counting down. We're getting super pumped, ready to roll. Go meet my mom. Go see Top Gun Maverick. Very good. I think it's like a little bit of weirdness here and there, but like overall a very a very good action movie, kind of what Tom Cruise has just been known for for a while now, since a lot of we see a lot of the Mission Impossibles, you know, that sort of thing, those style of movies. Go see that, see my niece for a little bit, hang out. It's a good time. I did not get the hidden helmet on that, by the way. Having a good time. Our flight leaves Wednesday, yes, our flight leaves Wednesday, Wednesday, June 29th. 5 some odd whatever Pacific time. And we're going to get there super late in the morning on thin ice. Okay, where's the lost helmet here? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go grabbing that. That's what I care about. That's all I'm trying to get. Get all our stuff, get to the airport, do all that stuff. I just walked off. I walked off the edge. I walked off the edge. I am so sorry, Tim. I didn't even see it. I walked off the edge. Originally, my plan is going to be, I want to do like a lot of... They just walked off the edge too. Okay, so we're done. Cool. We are eliminated. We got last place. What a tremendous disappointment. I'm so unfocused. Oh, okay, the blast ball's captured. I have to get all 10 challenges to get the thing you're looking for. That's fine. That's fine. Originally, I want to do like a much more expansive like style of content, kind of similar to what I did in. Oh, did I back out too early? I sure did back out too early. What the fuck is wrong with you? All right. I get it in my head that I want to like live stream while I'm down there, and I want to do kind of the vlog sort of thing and see if I can do like a mishmash of like both the things. Do like extended chunks on like Twitch that get cut down, and then do stuff that's like kind of offline that are recorded like separately, and that gets pieced together in like a vlog sort of style, and kind of try and do it where basically like the videos Friday, Saturday, and Sunday would be kind of the longer chunks, and then Monday is essentially like the piece together like vlog portion, which kind of works and kind of doesn't work because it's a lot of technology. There are ways to come across cheap streaming alternatives or whatever. There we go. I got it. There's like, you know, there are ways to do the streaming alternatives that are like, you can do it on your, you do it on your phone, but I don't really want to do that. My fucking God. I have failed my team so hard. There are ways to do it though, and it's not terribly expensive. I tried to look for like the Raspberry Pi way to do it, and I tried to figure that out, but that didn't seem like it was going to work all that well. Mainly because you can't even find a Raspberry Pi, so that plan didn't work the way I wanted it to. And then I kind of was like, well, fuck it. I'll resign to streaming straight off the phone. That'll be okay. I'll just download the footage. Hopefully it'll work. Phones were too expensive. We didn't have like a ton of money to be like doing that sort of thing. I think the game then broke. Somehow we only got 19 points. So I've been disconnected from the server. Fantastic. So that, like, all that stuff is basically like just gone out the window. Then ice. Okay, so I did not get credit for that last one. Ah, here we go. Spartan. Claim. Ooh. Ooh. Qualify one of them. So all those plans go out the window. So then I kind of pivot to, okay, well, you know what? There's a special event in Fall Guys that is happening basically exclusively like when I am in Austin, Texas. It starts on the 30th, and that's when I get in, and it runs until the 4th, which is like a day after I'm home, but I'm going to be exhausted because we get in super late and I have to work the next day. And I'm like, I'm super screwed. I'm not going to be able to get this costume. I'm not going to be able to do any of this stuff. Well, you know what? I'll take my Xbox with me. I'll take my laptop, my Elgato, and I'll take my Astro headphones that I'm wearing right now. And I'll just try to do, maybe I'll just do like daily recaps or whatever of it. But that didn't work because I was super tired one day, and then it was kind of hard to like just knock out that style of content in a hotel room. It was easier to do like one baseball game, which is like an hour, or you do 1 hour of baseball game, or you do like a chunk of the taste tests, but those only take 5 or 10 minutes or whatever. It's a little different to be like, well, I'm gonna spend however long trying to do this whole thing, and I probably could have worked it out, but I also couldn't figure it out technologically, and it was just like I was exhausted. Oh, I got hit by that somehow. So that stuff unfortunately like just didn't work. I probably should have pushed a little harder to try and do it, just because I like the idea of it, of kind of having just like a daily log of what we did. But I was putting it on my Instagram stories. I was putting on the Instagram stories so like everybody could see kind of what was going on in Austin and doing all that. So that was good. I don't want to go back. I don't want to fuck my teammate over. Uh-oh. We're in 3rd right now. Okay. Hey, we're in 1st actually. Or squad position. Or 5th. 5th squad position. But I did that. I did a lot of Instagram stories. I've been really enjoying doing that. So if you want to see that sort of thing, Instagram.com/SeanSourceRex. Usually when I go on trips, I'm kind of documenting it that way. So that is a way to do it as well. But I wasn't... we're going to just barely make the cut. Yeah, but I didn't do it the way... I went through several like revisions of how I could do it, and I just didn't follow through very much on any of them, which, it's fine. It's okay. It's how it works. It's how it happens. Nothing to be upset about. So, we arrive. Fly out late, arrive late. The beginning of the trip to Austin is really rough. Like, really, really rough. The flights go fine. Some of the takeoffs aren't, like, the best. But it's, like, not that big of a deal. We fly from Spokane, Washington to Salt Lake City, which is only, like, an hour and 30 minutes or something like that. It was not a very long flight at all. So we fly there, fly down there. Then we have a very brief layover. Just trying to throw those for a moment. I have a brief layover. I walk around the. Whoa, that came up short. I gotta stop worrying about the balls a little bit. Whoa. Whoops. Walk around the airport a little bit. What I learned about myself on this trip, because Jesus fucking Christ, I learned that I'm really bad at this game. What I learned about myself on this trip is that I'm really bad at sitting still. I like to go explore the areas and like check out the shops and like this, that, and the other thing. And that kind of cost me in the Salt Lake City airport because I didn't realize that you could read the flight, like the boarding time on the ticket. And we actually qualified. And we had a different like boarding time than I realized, so I didn't get to get, there was like a mac and cheese place I was going to stop at, but I didn't actually get to stop at the mac and cheese place, so that was kind of a bummer. But it was a pretty smooth flight into Austin, Texas. We rode, I forget which one we were on, so never mind. But it had like really good in-flight entertainment. And because I had these Astro A50s, I was able to use the USB like power cord and use these headphones instead of the terrible earbuds they gave us. So we get into Austin, Texas around midnight, pretty close to 1. Walk out of the airport, and it was just like, I almost walked right into the. Can you not? Ooh! I almost hit my own teammate. Come here, Among Us. We walk into Austin, get into Austin late, walk outside, and it is heat that I have like not experienced before. Like there is such a level of like humidity. We walk out of this airport and it's just like, oop, I get hit by my own blast ball. We're just immediately damp in a way that like, just have not experienced. It like is, ooh, it is wild. Absolutely wide through that the way or wrong way. Oh, you suck too. That's alright. Whoops. I gotta be real careful here. Uh-oh. We're alright. Oh, it didn't do what I wanted it to do. Oh! I tried to steer it. I tried to steer it, but it was right in the hole. Oh, we're both limited. So neither of us are going to win. But I at least got to the final round. I don't think you have to get to the final round really at all. Are they on the same team? Okay. Just walk out. It's only like 85 degrees or whatever, but it feels so much hotter. And it's just like, we're just immediately like wet and like uncomfortable. And it like, that sucks. But, we do that. We get in the Uber, talk to a very nice lady. And she gives us like some tips of like some things to like try and find or look for or whatever. She's very nice. And get to the hotel, and we get up to the thing. And basically, the hotel, we extended the stay 2 nights. And essentially what we did was go like, hey, or what the hotel does is it says, hey, we're going to charge you half of it 3 days beforehand, and then you just pay like the rest of it whenever you show up. It's like, okay, cool. Look at my bank account, and it's like, okay, we've taken half of it. We're going to go ahead, and I'm like, that's fine. I get it. I understand what's happening. I need to make sure I have the other half of it. I'm paying attention to it. I'm like, making sure that I have everything that I need to have ready and rolling, ready to rock. And we'll be all set. We'll be gold, get to the thing, go up there. He goes, hey, can I see your card? And I go, oh yeah, sure, whatever. Like, oh, here's my card. Here's our IDs, whatever. All right, cool. And he like looks at me and he just goes like, hey, your payment method is not working. And I'm like, ah, shit, like that sucks. Like, did I goof up? Like, maybe I took a little too much. And I'm like, okay, we'll just try it again. Who knows? Maybe it just misread, whatever. I'm pretty sure it's there. Like, I'm sure it's fine. Not that big of a deal. Slides it again and goes, you gotta nah, it doesn't work. And I'm like, okay, so how much are you looking for? And he gives me a number that is $200 more than I'm expecting. And I'm just kind of like, I'm just like flabbergasted standing there talking to this guy, just going like, what? And he's like, oh yeah, we charge you $100 a day for damages. And I'm like, what are you talking? What? That doesn't make any sense at all. Like, okay, $100 a day for damages. I missed the thing. There we go. Got it. All right. Gotta go meet up with my squad here. My squiddy squad. We're good. We're good. Who's getting bold? Who's getting bold here? Okay. All right. Oh, I fell off. Shit. As soon I gotta get there. Oh, it's all the way on the right. We're good. 6th, 7th. Ooh, tied 3rd. 14 points. So $100 a day for damages or whatever, and I'm like, just standing there going like, oh my god, like we don't have that kind of money. We are scraping by. We have like $100 that I borrowed from my mom so that we can at least do something tomorrow and have some fun. Which, thank you again to shout out to my mom for allowing us to do that. Jesus Christ. So we're like, oh shit, like, what do? So we call the Beeb, we call her, get in contact with her mom because she's up late. And we're like, hey, we know this is like inconvenient timing. We need an extra $200 to just get into the room. To just get into the fucking room at this point. And we're like, and thankfully, like, she came through and we were like, very stressed, like super thankful. So thank you to the Beeb's mom. Thank you so much. Their mom and dad coming through, helping us get that situation where like, basically like we get paid on Friday. It'll be in your bank account before you wake up. We got it. We appreciate it like so very much. And so get into the room and it's like, okay, well, you'll get this money back when you leave. Like, as long as there's no damage or anything, you'll get it back. We're like, okay, like that's fine. All right, not great because we're already kind of like working with $200 that we like kind of were gonna have a different day, but now we don't have it, and it's like, all right, I was kind of counting on that at some point in the future. But whatever, it's workaroundable, not that big of a deal. Whatever. Get up there, go to bed. The hotel room is actually pretty nice. There's like a pretty good size like pool happening there, and there's it's probably like the fanciest hotel that like I've ever been in. Because I don't go to hotels a lot. We've been using more like Airbnb, and even when we do trips with like my mom and stuff, it's much more like, oh, we're going to like a historical place or whatever. Like, big bully knock someone over. Oh, okay. I'll take that. Oh, do I need the helmet on this? I'm gonna grab it just in case. I don't know, does that like help your score or something? Get into the room. We're like kind of already like a little stressed, not super thrilled with the way things have gone. And this is like one. I tried. Oh, we're in 9th because I think. Oh, I'm on my own. That's why. My POS teammate left. Cool. Thanks, teammate. You don't suck at all. Did I qualify from the last round or something, and that's why it said that it was... It's just me. I got eliminated by myself. What the fuck? We get into the hotel room, look around a little bit. Kind of like irritated, like not happy with the way that went. Whatever. Wake up the next day, doing some stuff. We go to a place called Le Cafe Crepe, I believe is what it was called. It was a crepe cafe within walking distance of the Fairmount in Austin. So we got up, went out there. I don't remember exactly what time we got up, but we got up and it was like already hot. And so we walked kind of around the convention center. We walked up to this cafe place, and well, something that I really enjoy is like breakfast sandwiches and stuff like that. So we go to the breakfast place. And I'm like very excited about it, and we go in. They have these like really good looking like croissant sandwiches, which is exactly what I'm looking for. I want I want ham, I want egg, I want cheese on a croissant. That's the kind of sandwich that I'm looking for. That's exactly what I'm going to get. I'm going to get ham, egg, cheese, croissant. We sit there. It's just the two of us. We're guzzling down water because we are not used to this heat. We are not prepared for this heat. Mentally, we're like kind of prepared for it, but like physically, we're just like, oh shit. And we're sitting there for like a while, and there's a table off to my left that is like people are working on stuff with it, and but I'm not like super worried about it. A family of four like comes in and they order, and then they like get their food, and like the Beeb looks at me and she just goes like, is it weird that we like haven't gotten our food yet? Like they came in and ordered after us and they got their food like before us. And I kind of like glanced over and I was like, well, maybe they had like somehow like an incredible series of ingredients that they were able to put out faster than they were for like ours. Like if everyone was ordering these like egg-based sandwiches, like there's 15 of those like backed up, they somehow like were able to circumvent the line because they didn't order any eggs or whatever. In my head, because like as a person, I work in fast food, so it's kind of like sometimes if you have 10 of the same sandwich and you just go like, I can do these other two really quick, you know, you kind of wiggle them around. So that was where my first thought was. So I didn't think like anything of it. I gotta look for where's the lost helmet here? Oh no, I already got the one on this one. Oop. So I don't really consider it as like a big problem. You piece of shit. I fucked myself so hard right there. I'm sorry. I let my teammate down right here. Ooh, 6th. Okay. Ooh, 7. Okay. So like, oh man, like, you know what? You know, whatever. As she like says that, you know, about our food like not being there or whatever. Thank God you don't have to win any of these, by the way. One of the ladies, as she says, like, oh, isn't it weird that we got our food? We don't have our food yet, but they have their food yet. Isn't that like odd? The lady comes over and is like the manager of the whole thing, and goes like, hey, so we took your order, but the receipt like never printed in the grill, so they just had like no idea to like add that they needed to make that at all. And we were like, oh, okay, like that's weird, whatever, it happens, no big deal, like we're not mad about it. We both work in like the service industry, so it's not like we're gonna sit there and be like major jerks about this like very clear like not their fault technical problem. So she's like, oh, okay. So, you know, we're going to cook it up. We're going to make it up fresh right now. And it's on us. So like we got free breakfast at the place. So we're actually off to a pretty good start here. For Thursday, considering we have already spent $200 more than we, initially intended upon spending. Yeah, so we did that. Went back to the hotel room. What the heck else did we do on Thursday? We looked around a little bit. Oh, we ended up kind of in like a weird time situation where we were looking at like movie times, and because it took us so long at the breakfast place, we were like, oh, we could go see Lightyear at the Alamo Draft House, but like, are we going to want to do, you know, we're in town, so we're going to try and do this the like the expansive way of, if you don't know what the Alamo Draft House is, it's like you sit in the theater and you like get like your food delivered to you sort of thing. So it's like a unique experience, and we're like excited to go check it out. But we've also like just eaten, and it's like, oh shoot, like we were here. I gambled it all. I gambled it all, and I gambled it all, and I lost. You know, we're here for this unique experience. We're going to get like dinner, or our next meal is going to be here. That's what we're, you know, planning on doing and whatever. And so we're like, oh man, like, do we go? We could go at like 3, but that's kind of close to when we were done eating, because it was almost like, it was like noon by the time we were done with that. And then like, okay, well, do we go at 6? But what do we do between now and 6? It's like that doesn't really work as far as like time is concerned. But we're also trying to figure out, like, do we Uber over there, or do we take a bus over there? And the public transit isn't great in the area, because it's not, it just takes like, it takes a really long time to get not like a super far distance. So we're like kind of like scratching our heads trying to figure it out. And eventually just kind of, we both just go like, screw it. We'll just Uber over there, Lyft over there, whatever. We'll pay for that. We'll go to the 3 o'clock showing or whatever it is. And so we get that like ordered and figured out, and we get in the car with like the most lead-footed driver that like I have ever been around. Now my mom, love her, big fan. My mom is a fast driver. I am used to fast drivers. I am. It's not like, it is not a foreign concept to me to be with someone who might consider to have had or whatever a lead foot in any sense of the word. I get it. This gentleman was on another level. Like, I just walked off. I didn't even see it. Oh my goodness. Let's watch our teammate here. Oh, our teammate seems to have had a name that has been blanked from the Fall Guys world. It, like, to the point where like I was doing an air brake in the back with my foot as he is going like really quickly down this road behind this poor Domino's deliverer who's on a bicycle. I'm like, you're gonna brake? Are you gonna stop your car right now? Because it's going real fast. It's going so fast right now, and you're just not braking. Like, what are we doing here? And he did. Like, it was fine. The driver, the bicyclist, was not thrilled, obviously, and rightfully. But it, like everything, it was fine. We got there a little frazzled, nerves frazzled a little bit, but we did get there in time to go check out Lightyear at the Alamo Drafthouse, which was the movie that I had picked for the two of us to go see. 'Cause it was, excuse me, whoa! Hey, we won! Thanks to my teammate. Look at me taking center stage. Like, I did it! I did it! Except for I fell off. Woo! I did it. 10 rounds, win any show. So we go in. I'm excited about it. I've heard about it. You know, you listen to podcasts, what have you. All that stuff. You hear about it. You're gonna have the food served to your table. They have like unique pre-shows designed with the movie that you're watching in mind. So it's not like just the same thing you see like an AMC or a Regal every time. It's a unique experience every time, catered to the film that you're watching. Coral blue. Oh, pattern. That's the one I want. face, still one face. Only one upper. 100 of those things. So I'm excited about it. They, they serve craft beer, so I got a cider, but a name I can't remember of. But it was pretty good. It's a really unique and interesting theater. I like the way it looks. Dizzy Heights. Okay. Have we seen Dizzy Heights yet? Very unique atmosphere. They have cool, like special screenings on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Unfortunately, we weren't there for either of those. So I think if I go back, I'd like to try and go see. They have like a Weird Wednesday, and they even have like a random Weird Wednesday. So that is like a really exciting prospect for me. Cause here's a random ass Weird Wednesday movie that I'm sure I've never seen, some weird cult thing from like the 60s, I would guess. I don't know. But I was, even going into it, I was a little nervous because I was like, I don't know if I want this experience. Like how, I feel like I'm not going to like it because for me, and I'm like really annoying about it. For me, I want to just go into a theater. I want to sit there. I want everyone to leave me alone. And I want to just not worry about it. With this one, they're like going to take your order, and if people are as early as I am to movies, that's not going to be a problem because they're not going to be like, it's not going to be an issue because I'm going to have it taken care of by the time the movie even like starts or whatever. So not that big of a problem. But still, something for me at least to like keep in mind. Turns out that I was actually pretty fine with the experience for the most part. I wasn't the biggest fan of trying to eat in the dark. That was the weird part where I was like, what I'm not enjoying about this? Eating in the dark. That, like, it's just too dark for me to even see what I'm doing. I spilled ranch on my pants because I was eating pizza, and I didn't know that I spilled ranch on my pants until I put my hand in the ranch that I had spilled. Oh, right into the gap. It was a gamble worth it. No, that wasn't great. Ooh, they almost got a good one. Ooh, my teammate's gonna finish pretty close to me. Ooh, 35 points. We're in second at the moment. So I should actually be able to bounce out of this. I'll have my precious Halo Kitty helmet that I desperately need. They must be trying to get it as well. But overall, the experience was fine. The movie was pretty good. Hopefully there is a Lightyear cereal out. I'd actually like to do a Lightyear cereal taste test / like Lightyear movie review on the channel. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested in it. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. Long review short. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I wasn't the most like wildly excited about Lightyear having his own standalone movie. I think overall it does a really good job of being an entertaining and interesting movie. I do think that there are some weird aspects of the movie that I don't know work super well. But other than that, I pretty thoroughly enjoyed it. And I am a sucker for a space adventure type movie. I love the new Star Trek stuff. I like those movies a lot. I love stuff like Moon or Upgrade. Just like sci-fi action stuff really speaks to me. District 9. I even liked stuff like Elysium. I thought was pretty cool, and it was good. But this one spoke to me just from like the genre it was, and it kind of feels like, and I'm talking about this longer than I thought I would, but really quickly, it feels like a movie like Monsters University, where it's probably not going to be all that highly ranked on most people's lists, but it'll rank higher on mine just because it hits a soft spot that I have, either for the characters in Monsters Inc. or Monsters University's case, excuse me, where like Monsters University, kind of like the best Pixar movie. I love it. I love that movie so much. I think it's great. I would rank it in the upper half of Pixar stuff, but I don't think a lot of people would. Whereas this one, I don't know that it's like upper half or whatever, but it is something that I would probably go like, hey, I really liked it. I thought it was great. Where most people might be like, oh, it was okay. It's like, okay, it's because it's in a genre. Oops, it's in a genre that I enjoy. So, long review short for Lightyear. Keep an eye on that. Eye out on the channel for that. No guarantee that happens, but I would like it to. So we do that. Movie's good. Theater is freezing cold. Absolutely, like just freezing cold. Even where like we were like really aching for chill air because we were not used to the heat, where we were both sitting in the back kind of like, oh, we could use a sweater. But it is weird because you go to the Alamo and they're like, hey, respect your fellow moviegoer, and they have like pretty strict noise rules. They'll kick people out if you're being too noisy, so on and so forth. It's weird because they like have servers walking around, and that's like distracting. And then they'll bring you the check like 45 minutes with 45 minutes left of the movie, which is weird because then that kind of timestamps how much longer you have in the movie, which I'm sure is a thing that most people don't care about, but it's something that I definitely was like, oh, okay, so he brought the check, and I was like, okay, so we got about 45 minutes left of this, right? Like kind of whatever, but it was a weird thing that I noted. Oh, come on. I gotta get blast balls. Get away from me. Wait. Oh, I threw it way too far. Whoa! But it was also like, there were a couple of times in Lightyear where like I was genuinely like sad about what was happening, like in tears, and I'm like, oh dear God, please don't let the server come through. Like give you like a thumbs up. You're like, I'm okay. I'm just fine. Okay, I'm just crying at this children's movie. Can you refill my beer? So that was, I thought that was kind of interesting. Food was good. I had just had a pepperoni pizza. I was thinking about getting a buffalo pizza, but there were like too many ingredients that I was like, I don't like this. But it was a fun experience. I don't know that I would go there regularly for like normal movies, but for their special events, I would be very interested in those. All right, hold on, we got. This bunny is like absolutely fucking with me. So we did that. Get out of the movie, and we're like. You know what I'd like to do is I'd love to kind of walk around this, like, this area of, I'm getting bullied so hard right now. Okay, we got two teams here. Did I knock him out? I don't even know that I knocked the other person off. I think I just took myself out there. Looks like it's just these two here. They're kind of being the most boring opponents in the world. Uh-oh. Okay, come on, come on. Gamble? We won? Did we win? Wait, we won again! Wow. Look at that. I'm about to get my Halo helmet. Again, me cheering, and I fell off pretty early. So we go walk around kind of this, like, just small little area outside the theater. Find a little ice cream shop, which is pretty exciting. I get, like, a lemon something ice cream. I posted about it, I think. It doesn't matter. But, I should archive that so you can check it out if you wanted to. Oh, a crown. Ooh. Equip it. Oh. Hey-oh, rare achievement. Oh, multiple achievements. Equip. We have the helmet. Ah, yes. Go find some ice cream. Find some lemon ice cream. Good lemon ice cream. Got a waffle cone. The most, probably the thickest waffle cone I've ever had. A lot of them are usually like pretty, they're like thin and crispy. These were thick and they're still crunchy, but they were a lot thicker than I was anticipating. I did just get like a one scoop, like a very small scoop, but it was good. After that, we decided, hey, we should get some, we'll probably just head back to the hotel. Maybe we'll go for a swim. Whatever. But I'm getting pretty tired. But we also realized that we don't have any drinks like ready to go. So I go up to the gas station. There's a gas station not too far. Walk up to the gas station, find like a drink for her, a drink for me, couple bottles of water because we need to drink more water, and buy all of that. And then I just leave. He hands me the I'm just trying to get this. Wow, this is like the hardest one to get. I pick up the bag and I just walk away and he goes, hey, and points to the debit card machine, which I have just left my debit card in. So that would have been really bad. So shout out to him for making sure that I did not leave my debit card in Austin, Texas, at a gas station in Austin, Texas. Because who knows what happens? Oh, now it's just in the air. So I appreciated that. We got the drinks. I go back, meet up with her, get an Uber to get back to the hotel, and we are. Wow, I died at the very end. I think we might win. Squad position was 7th somehow. Qualified. Top 9. Let's see. What was I saying? Oh, get a thing, get back. When the guy bags up the 4 very large drinks that I have, like I bought one of these as a 1 liter drink, 2 of these, and then 2 pretty tall, not Smart Waters, but Life Waters, like 2 pretty tall of these, puts them in 1 single plastic bag. I lug it around a little bit. We get to like the meeting point, get in this guy's truck, set him down on the floor. He like accelerates and then brakes, so all of them fall on the floor as he's like trying to make a U-turn around. As I go to pull up the bag, it just rips down the side, and so now there are 4 loose drinks just rolling around. Nothing exploded or anything, so it wasn't like the worst thing in the world, but it still was me like trying to wrangle together 4 just loosey-goosey, condensating rapidly, picking up all this like dirt and grime off this like person's floor, like all over the drinks thing. It's like, oh no, this is so bad. And he was they were a much slower driver. Oh, that was a lot to go there. Oh, no one's going to be able to get in that. Let's speed this person's process up a little bit. I can see ya! Might actually be taking some people out here. I don't know that I'm like taking people out, but oh! Beep. That's alright. Oh shoot! Oh shoot! We were not as in the clear as I thought we were. My bad. Fuck. So I finally get all the drinks wrangled. I'm like kind of like wiping the sides off and like wiping it on my pants. Get back to the hotel room, and this is where it's kind of like we don't really have like money. We were going to try to go to the Cidercade, but that didn't work out. I wanted to go to like an HEB, but that didn't work out because that was too far away. We didn't really have money to like be taking an extra Uber trip to go somewhere, to spend more money, to need another one back. It was kind of like it was a one-shot deal. It was like, we're going to go see Lightyear and we're going to do that. And then we are going to be kind of done for the day, which is fine. So at this point, this is where I'm like, okay, this is the night where I can kind of do like, maybe I'll just do like a day one recap, and I'll kind of do multiple videos, about it. I'll play the Fall Guys. I'll check that out. I'll see what's happening. And I realize that I'm very tired. Like very, very tired. Now, obviously my body on a Pacific Northwest time, a West Coast, Best Coast time, as it were. It is about like 7:30 when I start getting tired, which means that it is 5:30 on the West Coast, and I make it another hour before I'm like, oh shoot, I'm gonna go to sleep now. We put on an episode of watching Baggage, John Boy and Jake TV, and I make it like maybe 10 minutes into the episode. It's 8:30 p.m., which means it's 6:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Not that that really matters, but I just think it's funny. Come on. Give me a big blast. Give me a big blast. Oh, I almost walked into that. Come on. Knock some people out. Oh, my teammate's out. So fall asleep. I think I slept for 12 hours. I think we got up at 8 a.m. the next day. The next day is day one of RTX. Very excited about it. But there's a bit of a conundrum, a bit of an issue. When I won the tickets, you like send them your email address. They like take care of like the booking stuff, and like you go in and basically go like, yes, I'd like these tickets, please. And they're like, hey, would you like us to leave them at the... I just walked off. I almost did it. There were only 3 left, and I just slipped off the platform. Would you like us to send them to you, or would you like to hold them? Would you like us to hold them at the box office? And I'm like, you know what? I'll have them sent to my mailing address. I'll go ahead and just do that. Couldn't possibly be a problem. But the issue was they were supposed to be sent out in mid-June, and like I never got them. We were checking the mail like every day. We were making sure that we were like trying to get them figured out. But what was interesting was that when I went to go fix the mailing address, I couldn't put my own name in. I like had to just have it sent to basically just like the address with like no name or like my email address. And there's no way the people are gonna like recognize that at all or care about that at all. So, I now have this issue of like, do we even have tickets here? Like, oh no, like do we have these tickets? Do we have a ticket problem? We get up, I'm ready to tackle that issue. I'm hoping that they just go like, yeah, it got sent back because there was like no good address to send it to, and we'll go ahead and just, here's your badges, bing bang boom, you're in, no problem. Cool. So that's what I'm looking for. Get up. One of the things you have to do before you go in is you have to fill out like the Care Plus app or whatever it is. And it basically is like, they're like, you're going to wear masks and you're going to be vaccinated or show a negative COVID test. And it's like, fine, whatever. I got vaccinated. I had heart surgery. I don't get to fuck around with this shit. Like, cool. Great. So go through the app, get it all taken care of, or so we think. And, oh, by the way, when it says $100 a day, it means $100 a day. So it took no, never mind. Hang on. That's spoilers for in a minute. No. This was Friday. Yeah, because we had to pay $200. The first $100 of that was like for a hotel stay that we only had part of because we got in so late. So Friday we wake up, get paid. There's another $100 charge to my card. That's just like, Okay, you now have well, set up a good path for people. So you got paid, and then you immediately had like $100 charge to it. Like, good luck. Cool. Thanks a lot. So that, like, super sucked. Ah, shit. Well, I don't even think I'm not gonna get good points at this at all. Wow, that was awful timing. That was terrible timing to lose that. What the fuck? What are you doing? So that had already irritated us, which made the next step in our process all the more frustrating. Turns out that our vaccinations are too old and we needed to have the booster, but nowhere on this like site or anything that it said like about like what you needed to do to be able to attend the show does it say that you need to be vaccinated and boosted. It just says proof of vaccination or negative test. So now we have this issue of we have to now go find COVID tests, take them, find them, buy them, take them, get the correct result, which is negative, and then be able to maybe find tickets. So I now have to spend $20 to figure out if I even have tickets, but I can't even figure out if I have tickets because I can't even get in the doors because I don't have this other thing done. So it's like a very like chicken and egg situation. Like if I get the test and I don't have the thing, then I'm just out $20 and I have no tickets, but I can't get into the thing because I don't have the test completed. So I am like just losing my mind about this. I am so upset about this. We have traveled so far. We are 2,000 miles away from home. We spent $800 on tickets. We spent $450 on the hotel room. We are $300 in the hole because of whatever cost they charge for $100 a day. We are like so deep into this from a monetary perspective that like this tiny little thing is threatening to gum up our entire plans. Obviously, yes, we should have taken care of this the night before, and we did not realize that the show hall or the will call, I should say, the will call, we did not know that was open. I fucking just got eliminated like an idiot. Did not realize that the will call was open the previous day. So we could have actually taken care of this the previous day. I think we would have maybe been able to scrounge $20 to get like the test stuff taken care of. And it double sucked because there were some panels that we wanted to go to early in the morning. And it was just such a like blindside thing of just being like, oh, we'll just take care of it first thing. Like, no problem. And I think it blindsided a lot of people because they went in going like, oh, I'm all set and like taken care of. And when I walked the 15-minute walk to the CVS in like 93-degree heat, there was not only was there someone taking the test in the Walgreens or the CVS or whatever the fuck it was on the second floor, but they had them like prepped and ready to go. And like the person standing there at the checkout was like, oh, you're going to a con? And I was like, everyone is getting fucked by this because like no one said like what we needed to have done. Like no one explicitly said you need to have it done this way and you need to have it done to this degree, you know? And so we're like racking our brains. That's kind of like, I kind of got ahead of myself there. We're racking our brains. I'm livid. I'm so fucking angry about this. I like just want to go home. I'm like, you know what? I don't even give a shit anymore. Like, yes, we're in for like a large monetary amount, but like, I hate this. I'm so mad about this. I want to leave. I have a really bad habit of smacking my phone on my knee when I get frustrated. I hit my phone so hard on my knee that it bent. It somehow did not break. Miraculously, it did not break, but it like, it bent. I bent my own phone. So we walk around a little bit. We try to find some more information. they're like, okay, just go to a CVS. We're like looking for it, trying to figure it out. That was another like huge problem, was like just trying to find the information that we were looking for was like such a huge pain. Like, oh, be sure to like call this number, like schedule an appointment or whatever. And it's like, oh shoot, well, you be sure to look at the website for up-to-date appointment details. And it's like, well, do you want me to use your website, or do you want me to use the phone? Like, what is happening here? So we finally settle on, we're just going to go spend $10 a piece on these at-home tests. We're going to just take care of it. We'll, hope that it's negative. If not, obviously we're kind of fucked, but thankfully they were both negative. We were able to kind of figure that out. It's weird because this was such a long process. I'm not even explaining very well how long of a process this was. We were set to be in the door as the convention opened. We did not get there until 1 p.m. walking around and trying to figure this out and trying to understand like what the fuck was happening and what we needed to do and where we needed to get it and how we needed to execute this. On top of the test taking 15 minutes, we lost like half a day and missed a couple of panels because of this like ginormous speed bump that we didn't see coming. On top of not only getting paid, but then having another $100 charged to my card that we weren't expecting, was the worst fucking way to start the con. Like, we were so excited to go. We've been looking forward to this for months. And just like 2 huge pains in the ass showed up. And it was so fucking infuriating. Oddly enough, though, it was a pretty quick resolution, because we take the test where I'm like freaking out that I'm going to do it wrong and get like a false negative or whatever. And like, God forbid it's a fucking real negative, or we're gonna get a false positive, or God forbid a real correct positive. It's like, oh God fucking damn it. Like, this is terrible. We're so far away. We're stuck in this hotel until we check out on Sunday. But there's a lot of anger and a lot of frustration, mostly out of me, for actually what was a pretty easy resolution, because we get the test, we do the clear thing. I walk over by myself just to like not have to deal with like, just need to walk over if there's no tickets. If there are tickets, like, feel free to come on over. Mercifully, there are 2 tickets, 2 badges ready for us. They look at a QR code that I have on my phone that's like an email confirmation of the tickets that I received. They scan it and they go, okay, you're good to go, you're in. And it's just like such a relief. Like, we're finally in. We have blown, like, the entire day is gone. Not the entire day. That's an exaggeration. I should not phrase it like that. But half the day was gone. We were going to be there at 10. We didn't get there till like 1:30 or 2 or something like that. Look at this fucking coast to coast thing. Holy shit. But we do get there, thankfully. And this will kind of give you a little bit of a timetable, I guess, if you knew the schedule. But one of the panels that we wanted to go see, and ended up being the first panel that we got to, after we got in the door, we took a quick look around the show floor with like all the merch and stuff. We made our way up to the Achievement Hunter Wrestling panel, which was one of the panels we wanted to check out, and that was great. Had a blast at that. I'm not a big wrestling guy, but if you can get people that I'm like, if you can make it silly, like Ray does good stuff with like WWE 2K22. I like what Kind of Funny's doing with their wrestling stuff on Kind of Funny's YouTube channel, that weekly Midday Mayhem or whatever they call it. Those are interesting. And even in the Achievement Hunter Wrestling, the Funhouse Wrestling stuff from back in the day was really good as well. It's like this really silly created character sort of thing that I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed that aspect of it. Seeing that live was cool, because I actually did a bit of that at not only was the series that they put on Rooster Teeth great, but they did a bit at Achievement Hunter Live of the wrestling stuff that was really fun and probably my favorite piece of that show. But seeing like them have like a whole run of show for like an hour was really cool. They had all kinds of personalities that we wanted to see, and it was just fantastic to watch. And it was such a good way to like start it off. We both looked at each other and we were like, hey, that was a good way to start it. I know that today has been fucking awful, and I like apologize, especially for like my behavior. I'm really sorry about how I was. And she's very understanding, which I appreciate. I also do look at it a lot and just go like, you fucking idiot. What are you doing? You're so dumb for for this. But anyway, and it was like such a good way to do it. So we did that. And then I think that was the only panel we watched on the first day, because I don't think there was anything else we really wanted to see. I'm pretty sure. But the next stop for us was back down to like the show floor, where the RTX store was happening. Like the Rooster Teeth had their own store setup over there. And in this store setup, they had oh, we survived. I think I was the last one there. In the store was a crane game. Now, the Beeb loves crane games, and one of my more popular videos on the channel is using Torba, the Torba crane games, for my birthday, where I bought myself a birthday present. I still have that cat somewhere. Spoiler alert. Go back and watch it. It's years old, so it's going to be hard to find. But, God, that would be 2019, yeah. My birthday, 2019, so right around late December, early January. So she gets really excited about the crane game. The cool thing about the crane game is it's merch that we care about. But they have personalities cycling in and out of the crane game area. So when we first get there, it's Trevor, and it's like, okay, she wants to go see Trevor. But the line for the just to get into the store takes forever. So we're like, oh, okay, well, we didn't get to see Trevor because he had to go do something else. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. We'll still go do the crane game because like it's exciting and interesting, and she loves crane games. But like, oh shoot, like, okay, BK's over there. Maybe she'll hang out for a little bit. We'll get to like get a photo with her real quick, and that'll be like pretty cool. And so we stood in the line just to get in the store for like probably 45 minutes to go basically stand in line for the crane game for like another 45 minutes. So that she could, basically you pay $5, you get 3 tries at the crane game. If you make it, you get the merchandise they like, right? Ooh. I didn't realize that was my teammate. So you get the 3, oh, we're both out. You get the merchandise, it's free, whatever. 3 tries, $5. But if there's a personality there, they'll roll a die, a 6-sided die. You call the number that you want, and then if they, I thought that was me. I thought that was me for a second. Call the number on the die, pick your number, throw it. If it lands on that, you get a free try. So I called 3, missed it. She called 1, missed it. So we did the $5, whatever. I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I didn't know what prize I wanted to go for. So I just was like, kind of just grabbing it, like whatever. And it wasn't really working. So not a great play on my part, but whatever. She goes up behind me and nails it in the first try. Like, just destroys the crane game in the first try. And it was awesome. She got like a little Tiny Hands plush. I don't even know what the reference is, but we have this plushie now, so that's exciting. Walk around the Rooster Teeth store, pick up a couple of the RTX exclusive items I'm looking for. We got a Garbo plushie, and we got I bought a Garbo Popsicle shirt. You see me wear the popsicles a lot on this channel, and so I got the Garbo version of that. So that is exciting. You'll see. I'm sure they'll see that in a future video. People probably have no idea what I'm talking about. So, hang on. Let me do this. Okay, it's gonna be crinkly, but and you might have seen this on the Instagram stories if you follow me on that. This is the Tiny Hands plush. Sure, missed the shot. This one doesn't show super well, but it's a Garbo Popsicle. You'll see it. They'll show this one a bunch in future videos. I should actually make sure that gets in the wash. And then this is the Garbo plushie I bought that day. So, grab those things. There was one more Jeff shirt that I was looking for, which was a different variant of the Popsicle logo, but it was sold out in my size, which was unfortunate. And then I stood in line to check out for like 45 minutes as well. So, I think those times might not be right. We got in line to get into the Rooster Teeth store at 4:55. I left the Rooster Teeth store, bag in hand, cashed out, paid for everything at 6:45. And most of that was in the line. The amount of time that I spent shopping was a very, very small percentage of that. But it's the first day of a con. Everything's going to have lines. No big deal. But that's all we really had time for. I think the Achieva Hunter wrestling thing was like I want to say it was like 3 to 4. God, we got in so late. Floor opened at 10. And we were right about to do it. And then it just seemed like time slipped by. And we ended up there super late. But day one was pretty short, which was unfortunate. Not a great start, but we were able to turn it around. Had a good time with this stuff. Got a picture with BK, which was cool. She did the thing of the Beeb knocked out the crane game in one go, so that was neat. That was kind of it. Went back to the... Oh, that's the other thing that happened. We went to a special... I just screwed my teammate Soda. We went to a special screening that night, that's right. So we got done on the show floor at like 7 or whatever. We ate some not great $9 pizza before we left. But figuring that we were going to be hungry, we were looking at some spots around the area that we were going to go check out. And it turns out that right next to the hotel, like across the street from the hotel, is a lovely little place called IHOP that is open for 24 hours. It's open all day. So we're kind of like, do we go to IHOP after this? And that's kind of, that's what we decided to do. So we go to this theater mode. Theater mode is a special show that they do where it's basically Mystery Science Theater 3000. They pick a bad movie, they make fun of it, make jokes at it. Everybody has a good time, whatever. This year's movie was Twilight, so I got to watch most of Twilight. Jack fast-forwarded through part of it, and I don't even know that did we finish it? It doesn't really matter. It was a good time. Somebody apparently told the main host, Jack, that the movie's 90 minutes. It's 2 hours and 2 minutes. So they had it scheduled from 9 to 11. Even if they didn't bullshit around and like do any bits or stopping and skipping and rewinding or whatever, they still wouldn't have got out of there on time. So we did that, and that was a good time. We each had like a soda. I got some popcorn. Popcorn, pretty good. I like popcorn. I was hoping to bring it all the way back, but there's no way they were going to let that through security. So one very weird fact about me is that I love old popcorn. It's very weird. I admit it. I acknowledge it. I understand. I love just eating days-old popcorn. So I was hoping to take that with me, but I did not. Got done with that. We were having trouble figuring out, like, the Uber app or Lyft app or whatever it was having so much trouble figuring out where our exact location was that we ended up walking around a little bit, and I like spotted like a little like tour bus. I'm like, what the heck is that? Like, there's a concert happening. Okay, like it's Austin, obviously. Like, there's shit happening everywhere, I'm sure. And I'm like, where the hell is this noise coming from? I just wanted to like go look at it and see like what was going on. And we go walk by this like this weird bar that has this band playing, and the door's like just totally open. Like, you could just stand on the sidewalk and watch this concert happen. And I was like, wow, that is so weird. You just hang out here. So we finally end up, after walking around for a little bit, we finally end up getting a Lyft, Uber, whatever it was, to go to IHOP. We got a Lyft to go to IHOP, by the way. Oh, I skipped part. Hold on. Rewind with me a little. Before we did that, we decided that we were going to take a bus from the Fairmount Hotel to the Starlight Drive-In, which is where the theater mode was being held. I love riding buses. I love public transit. It's one of the things people probably know about me most, or maybe they don't. I don't know. Who cares? Love public transit. Love riding buses. I've ridden buses in all kinds of I've ridden a bus in San Diego, California, obviously Spokane, Washington, Seattle is a big one as well. I got totally kicked from that. Fantastic. Chicago, Illinois, Austin, Texas now. I rode one to the Packers game in Green Bay. I think that's kind of it. For as much as I love it, I don't ride them a ton in other cities that I visit. But so that was cool. Found a system map, which is a big deal for me because I like those the most. I love the individual bus maps, but I love system maps the most because it's the entire system. But it's harder to find in somewhere like Seattle. Like, those, they just don't exist. In Austin, they do. So I found one of those. We get on the bus. It's the number 17. We don't have to ride very far, but it is kind of a funky route. So we'll be on it for like 10 or 15 minutes or whatever. Ashley has her phone open. She's like looking at it. And we're driving along, and I don't know what the route is. So like, I'm kind of just trusting that the driver's going the right way. And she like shows her phone to me, and she goes like, are we like way off course? We're like on the wrong bus. Like, I don't know what's happening right now. Like, this is not good. I've been disconnected from the server. I'm just floating away. All right. Do I have internet? Well, you know what? I don't need to do those. I'm going to do a solo show. Let's switch that up. She shows me the map, and it's just like not even close, like to where we're supposed to be. Like, we're just going. Just like, we're like, are we on the wrong bus? Do we get like, I was like, are there two 17s? Is there a 17 that goes one way and a different way? And we just didn't realize that was happening. And as I go to like get up to like ask the driver, he like looks in the rearview mirror and just goes, hey, sorry, like I missed a turn back there. So I'm going to just try and figure out, I don't like any of these side streets over here. So I'm going to we'll get turned around. We'll get back on course. It's like, oh, okay. We're the only two people on this bus. And by the way, so we go down pretty far before he turns up a street, gets into a roundabout and turns all the way around, and then gets, at some point, eventually gets back onto the route that he's supposed to be driving or whatever. It all works out because we end up at the Starlight, have a good time at the Starlight. Fast forward, get the Uber to the IHOP. It is 11:45 p.m. and we are at an IHOP just munching on some food. I got pancakes, bacon, eggs. That's all I need. They always put hash browns on it. I don't want the hash browns. So I give those to her. Wolf down everything because we're very tired, or very hungry, excuse me. Head back to the hotel room. We're there for like a little bit, probably like 45 minutes or an hour or whatever. No big deal. We ain't got nowhere to be. Go back to the hotel room, See, like a really nice like 1967 Mustang. I only know that because I think the year was on like the license plate or something. Very nice green color. Looking real good. I don't think it's going to find me a thing. Is the internet? Is the internet not working? I wonder if there's like another... Can I like... Hang on. Can I... Where's like a... Halo Infinite? If it has a problem with Halo Infinite, I might have to figure out the internet real quick. Anyway, boy, we're an hour and a half into this video, and I'm like halfway through the trip. No, we're getting to the point where it starts to pick up a little bit. Hang out at the IHOP. We go to bed. It's like go back to the hotel after that. Walk across the street, whatever. Go to the hotel. I set an alarm for like the next morning to be like awake at like 8 a.m. So that we can get up and get going to like some of these other panels. And I kind of woke up like pretty naturally with that time because it was, I think I forgot to turn my alarm off at some point because it was the night that I went to bed super early. I forgot to turn off my alarm, which was like really sucked because it went off at 3 or whatever, 3:20, which was like 1:20, and it's like just a whole mess. Do a little I need tactical slayer. So I'm all over the place. I apologize. Thanks for hanging out. Welcome to the podcast. We're an hour and 36 minutes in. It's just me talking too. So there's that. Good for you. I actually probably could have just done this with all the football games this week. But no, I want 2 videos. What am I talking about? Oh. Go to bed at like 2 a.m. Wake up pretty naturally. My alarm does go off one night, and I forgot to turn it off for work. And I was like, it sucks. Whatever. Thankfully, went back to sleep. I got like, you get like that, like when you're sleeping next to like your partner or whatever, you get that like shove that like wakes you up, and you're like, oh, I got to take care of something really quick. In this case, an alarm. Shut the alarm off. Went back to bed. Slept totally fine. That was great. Fast forward back to the other night, or the second night that we're there. Or I guess technically third time that we've slept. It doesn't matter. Friday night into Saturday. I go to bed at like 2 a.m. I think we get up. I get up at like I set an alarm for like 7 or 8 or something like that. And get up, get showered. We're ready to go. We got one of the panels in the morning. It's like really early. It's like 10:30 or something like that. And it's the Google Trends panel. So we're going to go do that. And we have like some other stuff to look at. I really want to take a peek at the show floor because I didn't get a very good look at the merch that was there, and I wanted to see more of it. We did see one the previous day. We saw one thing that I wanted to go back to because it had a bunch of pins on it that I knew she would be interested in because they were Stardew Valley, and I saw one Persona 5 pin that I was like, oh, that's for me because I like buses. So I'm like, okay, I want to make it back to that at least, and then just kind of stroll up and down the aisles and see what happens. So we go, get up, get showered, get dressed, do all that stuff, update the Instagram story, do all that good stuff. But we have not taken into account that we haven't eaten breakfast yet. So I get up and get my butt going over to a Target, which is like a 10-minute walk away, which isn't bad at all until it's like, oh, by the way, you're going to walk like next to a freeway. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it's like, oh, no, this is totally fine. You're going to walk next to a freeway. You'll be fine. It's like a side street, whatever. Just a very weird way. It's like, walk along I-35. And I'm like, what do you mean walk along I-35? What are you talking about? Walk along I-35. What is wrong with you? But it was, ended up being all good. I need to kill the volume on this a little bit. Kind of wild that, like, of all the problems that this game has, them ruining SWAT might be their cardinal sin. So I get up, walk over to Target. Actually, I need to get a couple of like different items. I'm not even like thinking about food. I'm like, oh, we'll get like a water or whatever. Not super concerned about food. Go to Target, get what I need. Find this like apple essenced water, which is not good at all. Grab a Mountain Dew. And I'm like, you know what sounds really good this morning is like a crisp Mountain Dew. So I get it out of the bag, put it in my hand. I'm like ready to. They get him or no? They get that sprint? Oh wow, that was a lucky shot. I have not played this variant of SWAT. Interesting. That was a bad time to sprint. Fuck. From kitty helmet to kitty helmet. Wonder if the Fall Guys servers are just getting slammed. So I pull out my Mountain Dew, and I'm like, I'm gonna drink this Mountain Dew. It's gonna be so good. It's like crisp, cool, refreshing. Bam. Not an ad, but could be an ad. Pay me. And I get a phone call from the Beeb, and I'm like, oh, okay, what's probably gonna have to go back into Target. And she's like, oh, hey, will you get like something to eat? Because like we haven't eaten this morning. Would you like just go grab something, some kind of like pastry or something? And I'm like, oh, okay. Right next to Target is a Whole Foods. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll go into this Whole Foods. That'll be fine. That'll work out really nicely. And turns out it did, because you go into the bakery, you find a little 4-pack apple fritters for like $6. You buy those, and then you realize, because you were talking on the phone, you forgot that you have a Mountain Dew in your hand. And you're like, great. It looks like I'm going to either have to pay for this twice, or it looks like I'm stealing it from this Whole Foods. Then I realized that Whole Foods is probably like way too good to sell a Mountain Dew or Mountain Dew Pepsi brand products. I'm like, okay, it might be okay. So I grab these apple fritters, hang up the phone, doing whatever. And I set the fritters down, and I go like, hey, I bought this at Target. Is that okay? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, you probably don't sell this, but I just want to let you know that I bought this at Target. I have the receipt. Like, we're good. I'm not trying to steal this from your establishment that doesn't sell this item. Oop, that was not a person at all. Not a Spartan. The sexy one. So I bought some actually pretty good apple fritters, walked back, munched those down, and then headed off to what ended up being our fullest panel day. Granted, we were only there for 2 of the 3 days. So we didn't think a whole lot was going to be going on Sunday. So we were like, we just won't worry about it. Go to the Google Trends panel. Google Trends is a show where you pick the most popular Google trend, and they'll like give you half a word. They give a team half a word, and then you have to pair it with a different word. And that's how it works. It's a fun show. You should watch it. It's on the Funhouse channel. Oh my god. Thankfully, they're as bad as me. I don't know what happened there. So we go to that. Have a good time. It's like, okay, it's going to be Lindsay and Jacob. They're taking on the other team, which is going to be Ryan and, the entire audience. And the winner gets the deed to Funhouse or whatever. And so it's like, oh, cool. Like, we can win. As the audience, we can win Funhouse. Haha, like, this is all silly and goofy. And we win, as I'm sure that it was all for, like, shits and giggles. So I don't think they were really trying all that hard. But we won. It was pretty great. And because the panel, like, it went so quickly, the people from Funhouse just, like, hung out. The panel was scheduled for an hour. They ran 45 minutes. So we got, like, a bunch of pictures with people. And it was, like, it was, like, a really cool, tight room. Like, just a super cozy, kind of, like, intimate. It sounds like kind of a weird word, but, like, just, like, a perfectly sized room for what they were doing. So a bunch of people got, we got a ton of photos with, they got a ton of photos with everybody in the audience that wanted one. And we got photos with Lindsay, Jacob, Ryan, Omar. Lindsay, Jacob, Ryan, Omar. was that it? I think we just got the 4, which was really cool for us to be able to do. Yeah. So that was the best way to start day number 2 after such a brutal like first day. Like being able to go in and be like, oh, okay, we got photos with like people that we really like and like want to like meet and like talk to. What a fantastic way to start. Go down to the show floor, walk around a little bit, buy a couple items here and there. Bought a lot of pins. A lot of pins this time around. That was kind of like the first chunk of that, or that was like the first kind of like quote unquote like spending spree or whatever. As we're kind of walking up and down, we got a bunch of pins. Let me see if I can pull some real quick while this match is loading. So I think I found what we got. This says Dumb Bitch Juice melon flavor. This is an acrylic pen. We got another Dumb Bitch Juice strawberry flavor. I got the melon because I like melon. We got a couple from Tea Turtle that were con exclusives. Boba Kitty is for me. She liked the porcupine with the coffee, so that one was for her. And then we went back to the one that I had talked about, and she got a gold Jumino from Stardew Valley, and from Stardew Valley, jar of Juminos. And then from that place, I got Hot Dog Man from Life is Strange, TV Chie from Persona 4 Golden, and Cat Bus from Persona 5. So that was pretty cool. We got a game called something Unicorn.
Move fast and kill faster.
Unpredictable Unicorns or something, whatever. I don't even know. We got a unicorn game from them, and then that was from Tea Turtle, and we got, I want to say like one other thing maybe. During that little outward. Oh, actually, no. We stopped at a couple other places. I got a couple other pins, I think. Anyway, there we go. I do not like using this weapon. Oh, okay. Not much of a. The next panel that we went to was on the spot. After doing a little shopping around, which is what I was there for. I don't know why, I just like kind of turned and was like, it turned into like a pin guy. I would like to, either behind me or off to my left here, I would love to get a cork board and start putting a bunch of pins on it, because I think that would look really, really neat. So I'm gonna look into that. I might actually look into that as early as tomorrow. I also have a bunch of pins just like sitting around in like various boxes. I gotta go through like so much shit. That's like a whole separate problem though. So we do that. Went to On the Spot Live. On the Spot was an improv Whose Line Is It Anyway-esque game show. I can't believe I didn't get that. Okay, I'll take the assist.
Great kill.
This is the worst fight of all time. Where'd that come from? teammate.
Killing spree.
Oop, oop, oop.
Double kill.
That guy's got it. That Spartan's got to be livid. They fucking had me dead to rights. Anyway, went to On the Spot Live. That was really, really fun. I liked the. They had such a good group of people. They had Charlotte and Patrick from Funhouse who have terrific chemistry. They had Blaine and Chris from Squad Team Force. They have really great chemistry. And then they had Armando from Funhouse messing with John the whole time. And that was just fantastic. Like, the way that they bounced off each other was so funny. It was a joy to watch. And I think that speaks to the type of panel that I enjoy, was like the Google Trends and the Google Trends, the On the Spot, and the Achievement Hunter Wrestling were the panels that I liked the most, because it was like a thing that I was watching live. More so than, like, we went later, the next panel that we went to was Achievement Hunter itself, and that one was like, that was pretty good. There was some good, like, information in there. There was some interesting banter between them, but it was largely a question and answer panel, and those aren't always my favorite, because it is so reliant on interesting questions, and I don't know that people ask stuff that I care about enough. You know, sometimes you get like some interesting insight, but like, it's largely, I feel like it's a lot of times people, like, try to be clever or funny. It's not for me. And then the last panel we went to on that day was Funhouse. Come on back out, buddy. Oh my god. Was not sure about this gun initially, but fucking destroying it right now. I'll probably switch to Fall Guys after this. I'd like to earn some achievements, please.
We've lost a teammate.
Oh, they spawned into that.
That right there is why I picked you.
Ah, boo.
Victory.
Wow, 15-4. But, yeah, the Achievement Hunter panel was good. The Funhouse was good. It started interesting. It seems like they had, like, a bigger thing. Like, Funhouse was going to do a bigger thing. But then they lost a hard drive. Which I'm not sure if that was a joke or it wasn't a joke. They brought in some characters. Like, James does the idiot detective. And then... What's... fucking... Who am I thinking of? Patrick and Elise do Tanya Yaya and whatever, like, basically infomercial show hosts. And so that was like kind of an excuse to bring them in. And then either they weren't going to do anything all that big and there wasn't a lost hard drive, and they tried to pivot to like a mystery. They didn't stick with that for very long before that kind of also turned into a question and answer. But this time I got to ask a question. So I got in line. I didn't really have anything, but where we sat, it was kind of like one of those things where I was like, I was in the front row in the center, where they have like a big gap, like a big section, a little bit of a gap, and another big section. The front part reserved mostly for like platinum ultra badge holders, like people who have higher badges. We just had like a regular weekend badge, and then behind them is like unreserved seats for just like whoever gets there first. And then there's the gap. So we sat in the front row in the gap of like the second section, and that's where they had the microphones. So like I was like, I could jump up, I could ask a question. I don't have anything to ask, and so I'm gonna just do it and wing it and see what happens. And so that's what I did. I got up, I got in line. And I was like, okay, best case scenario, I say something really funny or find an insightful question. Worst case scenario, I just don't even get to ask a question, like, at all. Like, I just don't get to do that in the slightest. And they're going through some questions back and forth. And I'm like kind of keeping an eye on the time and listening to what's going on and everything. And It's getting closer and closer to the end of the panel. And they go, hey, we're going to do 2 more questions. I think James said that or whatever. And then Charlotte interrupts him and just goes, no, we're going to do 3. And this is important because the next question was on my side. So it was going to go 1 and then it was going to go to the other side for 2. But because Charlotte interrupted and said that we were going to do 3, it came back to me and I got to be the final question. While I was standing in this line, I was able to figure out the question that I wanted to ask, which was, because I was at the Google Trends, when do I start? You know, when does that like happen or whatever? And so I got to ask that. But before I did that, I made a joke for me, myself, and I alone by going up to the microphone and being like, hi, Mom. I just want to start by saying, hi, Mom. That's a joke just for me. Sports people do it all the time. I see it all the time on TV. I've always wanted to do it. So I did it. And I let off with that of just purely a Sean joke just for himself. So that was fun. I was excited that I was able to ask a question. It's weird. I got kind of nervous about it, but I thought I was able to articulate it correctly and like make the silly joke that I wanted to make. Which I guess kind of goes against what I was saying about people just try to be like clever and funny and then like they aren't. And then I'm just trying to be clever and funny, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of people would get it because it happened that day and they were probably at that panel. But, yeah, it was really cool to ask a question, even if it was like a silly one. It was suggested, she had texted me and she was like, well, you could do one about like, how do you break in to like what they do? And it's kind of just doing what I'm doing now. Just fucking do it. Just do it. Like, just start. Like, don't worry about how polished it's going to look and don't worry about like the technical aspects. You'll figure out your voice, your style of humor, what you want to do as you go along. Like, spontaneity is the name of the game. And like, not to be an ass or whatever, like as a 1,000 subscriber haver or whatever, but there's probably not going to be a lot of people watching you in the first place anyway. What the absolute actual fuck is this? So it's a lot easier to just kind of like futz around and just kind of figure that out when no one or not that many people are watching. So, but I was happy with the question I asked. I thought it was funny. I don't know if other people did, but I mean, the person I was sitting next to, like, person I was sitting next to did say like, fuck yeah, go Team Bagel. Cause that's what our team name was. So at least somebody else was like in on it and having a good time. So that was good. One other person that wasn't me and the person I was immediately with. Wow, I'm going to get a top 15 finish here. That's pretty unbelievable. So, yeah, that was how we ended the day. We did, I forgot to mention that after after Google Trends, I apologize. We did go back down to the store and stood in line to do the crane game again, where we both won prizes. She won a set of things you put in your Crocs, which is good for her because she loves her Crocs. And I won a plushie that is the Super Bunny Man series, I think, that's combined into one. I don't really know. It was a plush I wasn't wild about. There was a Popsick ice cream plush that was perfectly ready to be snagged, and the person in front of me got it, and I was like, God dang it. But I was happy to get something out of the crane game, so we went 3 for 4 on crane game attempts, so that was pretty good. Didn't buy anything because the stuff was still sold out. They weren't doing any deals at the time, so it was kind of just like whatever. But there we got to meet Patrick and take a picture with him. That was the worst picture that I took because we didn't stand close enough to him. He like kind of leaned forward and we each should have taken a step back and a step like inward to like be in the picture. It's like, it's not a very good one, but it was still cool to like say hi to him and whatever. So yeah. And then we walked around and then did the other panels, and we spent most of the afternoon in the panels. We went from On the Spot to Achievement Hunter to Funhouse, like bam, 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 right in a row. And I wanted to go back down to the show floor like one last time, and I'm really glad that I did because we found a little place, a little shop that has a bunch of like video game based pins that I really enjoyed, and they were running a sweet mystery bag deal where it was like pins that either like were misprinted or pins that were misprinted or pins that they didn't sell anymore. And so for $12, you got 3 mystery pins, where the regular pins were worth 10, or they were selling for $10 anyway. So that was totally worth it. We bought 4 of those bags. And the best part about it was that they were willing to trade if you got duplicates. So we bought 4 of them, and they traded with us a bunch of them so that we could get, you know, like a variety. And then they were like, okay, well, if you buy any more mystery bags, you're probably going to get dupes. So like, maybe like don't do that. And so we didn't, but, that was really cool. We got a ton of those. They're probably too many to show, but they're all like little game controllers or Switch consoles, and they were really neat, and the people there were very, very nice, and I really appreciated that they were willing to trade the duplicates, because we did end up with a couple of duplicates that we didn't really need. So we did that, and I was really glad that we went back down to that show floor one last time, because I had missed them the first couple of times that I had walked up and down, and then to be able to buy, we ended up with 24 pins, and like most of them were from that booth, and those were really neat. Actually, let me see if I can grab them. I'll just show off a couple of my favorites. So we got this little Switch. That was one of them. This one, they didn't even have on display. We got that. This one's really neat because those are the Animal Crossing ones. Double Feature was the name of the place. We got a duplicate of the Switch one. These are really neat as well. I like these. GameCube and GameCube controller. And then we got some really nice Xbox controllers. Oh, that's a Switch. We got 2 Xbox controllers. One of them's green. The other one is purple. So those were very, very cool. And I liked being able to talk with them, and I goofed that up. I don't know what the best way to do this is. I think I have time here to 1, 2. There we go. There we go. Now we're doing it. So I was really glad that we were able to do that. Get a couple more pins, support some people, help them get rid of stock. You know, I'm sure they don't want to take that much shit back. And we were able to do that. I goofed that up. I did that wrong. That was terrible. That was really, really bad. That was really bad. This middle one's not great. Ooh boy, we're getting close here. No! Oh, get away from me! You! Okay, just need the one. Okay, qualified. Holy shit. Sorry, focus in there. So that was the last little bit of stuff that we bought. Those were just a couple of highlights. We ended up with 3 Xbox controllers, a bunch of different switches. I love this green Xbox controller one that we have. So we were really happy with those purchases. And like we went like just totally pin crazy, which is why I want to get the cork board. So I might do what I had when I was in the other location. I might widen the shot out so it kind of covers the wall here. Ideally, the grand goal is to get a desk that's a lot narrower. A shelf that I can put consoles on, like here. A shelf for like collectibles behind me, and then a cork board right up here for like pins and interesting things to like look at. I don't know how well it'll show up on camera. It's more for me anyway, but yeah, that's the goal. So really happy with the way the like the number of pins we got and the way we were able to get some of those pins was great. So don't start near the back on that one, apparently. But, yeah, so let's see. What happened that night? Okay, so then that night, we left the con. We were supposed to go to the rave. We bought tickets for the rave, but we just, like, were like, we don't really want to go. So we got stuff from we got barbecue from a place literally across the street. I got a pulled pork sandwich. She got brisket. I got macaroni and cheese. It was delicious. The pulled pork was pretty good. The sandwich aspect didn't work out because the meat was too hot. And not only was the meat too hot, but the bread like totally fell apart. But while we were standing in there, one of the options you could get was chopped meat. And I just did not understand the concept of that. Like, I have no idea like what that means. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it's just like chopped meat or whatever it was. And a lot of times, and I understand that I do this, I can be a pain in the ass, and I will like, people will be like, hey, will you do this thing? And I'll be like, who? And they'll be like, you. And I'll be like, what do you want me to do? And they'll be like, I want you to do this. Like, they'll be like, do the thing. And I'll be like, but who? And they'll be like, you. And I'm like, but what do you want me to do? And I'll do that like annoying like circle thing because I think it's funny. So I understand that like it doesn't look great from like the outside of me like going in a circle, and it probably sounds like I'm trying to be an ass, but I genuinely did not understand the concept of what the hell she was talking about. She like showed me a picture and I just could not visualize what that meant. And it was just so like baffling where I was like, I don't know what this means. Like, what are you talking about? I just don't understand. She showed me a picture, couldn't fathom it, whatever. So that happened. It was genuinely not me being an ass. But got some barbecue. The barbecue was pretty good. I thought the pulled pork was good. Pulled pork for me, usually pretty dicey. Sometimes it's pulled just right. Sometimes it's pulled and it's too chunky and it's like kind of a 50-50 split. So I don't always, it makes me more hesitant than I feel like it should, because I like pulled pork. It kind of just gets a little wonky. So yeah, so then went back and we had discussions about going down to the pool. Oh, I also got a blood orange cider that wasn't all that great. Went back, ate the food. We're like, oh man, do we go down to the pool? Do we like go hang out at the pool today? It's like, I mean, I kind of want to. We'll wait, a little bit. We'll hang out a little bit. GDQ was on, so we watched that, which was good. It's already giving me the lag problem, like the signal. You can't see it because it's behind my thing, my camera, or yeah, face cam. Please stop jumping on this. Let's see. Where's this blue? Where are you going, blue? Where are you going? You're going... Oh, yep, you're going this way. Ooh. Oh, that one somehow did not make it. Wow. Seesaw. Not my favorite. Not my favorite. Okay, so we're kind of at the mercy of wherever this bean goes. I guess you can go. Ooh, shoot. I might have accidentally picked the wrong... Alright. Wow, second place, huh? Oh, just kidding, first. For some reason, they just let me win, alright? So we're having a conversation about it. We're trying to figure out, like, what do we want to do? And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to the pool. You come along if you want. I'm going to go hang out in the pool for a little bit. My glasses are broken in 2 different places. I don't know how well it shows on camera, but it's like right here and right here. There's like glue holding them together. I was explaining something. I was talking to my mom at her house the other day, and I made a motion like this, and I popped my glasses, and the lens just flew out. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to mess with this at all. I don't have any way to repair it. I like need my glasses. I can't, I cannot see without them. This isn't like I'm wearing them for style. This is a medical necessity. So I take my glasses off. I leave them on the TV stand or whatever in the hotel room. So I really can't see. I can't see without my glasses. I have terrible vision without them. And so I'm like, okay, we're gonna go down to the pool. The pool obviously on the bottom floor. So I hit lobby. Oops, sorry, I meant to mute that. Hit L for lobby, because I know where that is on the button thing. I can read the big print, kind of. Hit the lobby button. As we're going down, she goes, oh, shoot, we need to go to level 7. I'm like, level 7? She's like, yeah, we need to go to level 7 because that's where the pool is. We're going to the pool. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's on level 7? She goes, yeah, it's on level 7. It's been on level 7 the whole time. I'm like, all right, cool. Didn't know that. Get down to the bottom floor. Guy gets on the phone, holding a White Claw. Looks at me. I'm wearing my Funhouse Buff Huskies ringer tee. It's a white shirt with a red or a blue collar and blue on the sleeves, and it says Buff Huskies, and it has a husky with like buff arms, and that's the basic shirt design, whatever. He gets on the elevator, he looks at me, and he just goes, what a fucking sweet shirt. And I'm like, oh, cool, thanks. And he just goes, do you want to trade shirts? And I'm like, what? No, I don't want to trade shirts. When he gets up there, when he gets on the elevator, I step out to hit the up button for some reason, and she hit I just jumped into the water. I wasn't counting at all. I thought it was going to be a trick. I just jumped into the thing. I got first place and then got eliminated. I hate myself for that. So he's just like, so the reason I say that, she hit 7, I go out, I hit the button to like send the elevator up. It negates that she has pushed 7 on the thing. Guy gets on, hey, that's a really fucking sweet shirt. Do you want to switch shirts? And I'm like, no, I don't want to switch shirts. Like, no, thanks. And he's like not listening. And he hits like floor like 23. So we're zooming up and we go past floor 23 and we're having a good time. The two of us are having a good time. We're goofing around. We're like, oh my God, we're going all the way up here. Like, what do you mean? Like doing all this like back and forth between the two of us. And he just looks at me. He goes like, are you sure you don't want to swap shirts? You want to switch shirts? I'm like, no, I don't want to switch shirts with me. Hit level 23. He gets out. I peek out, smack the down button. He looks at me and goes, you're drunk. And I go, you don't get to tell me who is and who isn't drunk with you have a White Claw in your hand. Like, stop it. Like, get out of here. And then we went to the pool and hung out. Back down to level 7. Get off. Do that. Hang out in the pool for a little bit. You can get like poolside service or whatever. And the Beebsies are really nice, like coconut drink. It's in like a literal, like actual coconut. So she's like, oh, I want to try that. And I had like made the quip of being like, oh, don't buy that because it's going to be $80. Because that started to become the running gag as we kept, we were getting charged for stuff that we didn't need to get charged for. And we were getting really frustrated with that. So we were like, every time we was like, oh, don't open that drawer. It's going to cost you $80. Don't do that thing. It's going to cost you $80. Blah, 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 blah. Just over and over and over again. And so we're like, oh, don't order that drink. It's going to be $80. And so she gets the, like a hostess's attention. Goes, hey, I'd like that coconut drink. And we're like, oh, okay, cool, great. She's like, do you want to charge that to your room? And we're like, nah, not really, no, we'll just pay for it. She's like, okay, well, I'm going to go get the drink, and then I'll bring it back, and we'll pay for it. And I'm like, okay, cool, great. I have my debit card. Does not ask for ID, so, like, that's cool, because she didn't actually have her ID. Kind of wish she would have asked for the ID, because she brings back this coconut drink and goes, okay, that'll be $33. We're like, what? $33? Are you serious? Like, $33? Like, we didn't say it, but it was in our facial expressions of just being like, oh my goodness. Oh my god, get out of my way, you helmet wearing buffoon. Yeah, get fucking stomped. And so, I spent $35 or $36 with a tip for this coconut drink. And it's just fucking wild. But in the hotel room, from the floor to the ceiling, bam to bam, is a window. So it's like you get like a really great view of the city and you can see everything that's going on down there. Or you can be a weirdo and like people watch down below. And we had not realized how fucking creepy this was. Just no idea how creepy this whole situation was. Because it wasn't until we were in the pool and you start to look up at the hotel wall and you just see like silhouettes in the windows. You just go like, oh, this, we should not have been doing this. This was creepy for us to be just standing here looking out the window at people in the pool. That's fucking weird. And so hung out in there for a couple hours and like, just kind of, it was much more of like just sitting in the water to relax far more than like what other people were doing where they were actually like trying to swim. And so that was pretty fun. Just hanging out, just relaxing in the water. It was a beautiful night. Basically like watched like the sunset, which was cool. The really nice colors in the sky, and it was really neat. Really, really neat. So then we got up the next day. Needed to get more information regarding the amount of money that we were charged like per day to be in that hotel. And they're like, oh yeah, well we waited until we were gonna check out. And so we're going downstairs. I'm like gonna complete the checkout process, and we're like, okay, well, so how's this work? Because you at this point have $300 of my money like figured out. And they're like, oh no, we'll release it once the checkout is complete. It's a Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday when this was recorded. Friday is when this posts. So I basically have $300 that are just being held hostage in Texas at this point. Because it's a Sunday when we check out. It's a Monday. That's the next day. That's a fucking holiday. And we're just there. Like I keep checking my account hoping that it's like higher than it actually is, but it's not. And it's just like a whole frustrating mess. So we're all out of sorts and like kind of like stressed about it. And it's pretty frustrating because it just, nowhere did it say that sort of thing. We talked to a couple people today. I talked to my mom last night about it and just being like, have you ever had this happen? And people were like, the general consensus was like, yes, but only once. Like the dollar amounts were variable. Like one was like 100, the other was like 250, whatever it was, but it was only a one-time thing. It was not a multiple sort of situation like we had where we are cool, where we were charged for 2 separate days at once. Otherwise we would have been charged for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 2 of them were like probably shouldn't have even been charged to us because it was reserved by a different thing. And oh my god, it was awful. It was so bad. So yeah, from there we just got into a Lyft, hung out at the airport. We had like a chicken sandwich at the airport. I further learned how bad I am at just sitting still. I'm like getting up constantly to like go look at this, go look at that, go do this, go do that. grab a water, grab a dew, grab this, grab that, whatever. Poorly timed, like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom now, like, whatever. Get on the plane from Austin, fly from Austin to San Francisco. I have not flown a ton in my life, but I have flown into Oakland in 2019, and I have flown into San Francisco in 2022. I fucking hate flying into them because they are just water. It is just water on the outside, and it's just fucking terrible. Oh, so bad. Oh my god, I hate it. What am I doing here? What am I... Oh my god, this sucks. Can I start on the other side? Thank you. This is all I want. I just want this side. I can bounce over here. That didn't even... Come on. Flew into San Francisco, had a terrible experience at the San Francisco airport. So what is it? What the fuck? I don't know. I don't understand, like, what I'm supposed to do to get time here, because the fan... Oh, thank God. There we go. Oh. No. Ooh, 92. Okay, that's pretty good. Flew into San Francisco, couldn't find a dew, found a couple decks of cards. I like getting decks of cards for myself and my mom, because we play a game called Nerds, and they always have to... Any deck of cards we get has to follow the, like... It has to be Nerds approved, which means that it can't have... You have to be able to look at it quickly and understand what it is, because Nerds is a game about speed. So it can't have, like, funky designs or weird designs on it. It has to be just a typical face card. So we found some interesting cards down there that have, like, a shiny texture and an interesting texture there. And we had more time in that airport, so I had, like, a burger, and that was pretty good from a place called Burger Joint. And then could not find a Mountain Dew in that airport, so that sucked. It's all just Coke products. And then we flew home, and I got off the airplane in Spokane and just took a big old whiff of that crispy, dry Pacific Northwest air that was not humid at all, and it was delectable. I think I covered everything. Thanks for watching. I know this was like a really long video, 2.5 hours, but I appreciate your watch. Obviously, you know, did not start well. We had a rough start. You stay away from me, Burned Hot Dog. We can go through the hoop together, okay? We can do this together. We can do this together. We can do this together. Okay, I smacked my head, but we did do it together. Okay. That was a big jump. Cat, 2, 3, ugh. Down. Oh! Whoops. Okay. Alright, hold on. We're just gonna go right here. Ooh, that was a big gamble. Oh, huge gamble right there. Big waste. I think I covered everything. I think I missed anything, but I mean, had a really great time at the panels that we went to for the most part, and I mean, I liked all of the panels that we went to. There were just some that I preferred, just from a style perspective to others. Obviously, like, we had like such a fucking brutal start, and so that was really hard to kind of get past and get into the flow. But once we got into the flow, we got like some cool stuff. We found some cool little shops that had some neat pins, and I got a couple of the RTX exclusives that I was looking for, so that was always good. I mean, it's kind of just, it's the first ever real, like, convention I've been to. I've been to, like, Spokane Comic-Con, but, like, I always leave really early because I'm not always super interested in the people that they bring in. But this was, like, a bunch of people that I care about doing panels that I would find interesting, and so it was, like, really easy to go out and do that. Yeah, I don't know. They announced the dates for it for next year, which is July 7th through 9th. So I don't know. Maybe that's, we were talking about maybe going. I think that gives me a ton of time to get like some kind of IRL stuff, IRL setup. That gives me a whole year to fantasize about that. But yeah, I had a great time once it got going. Kind of forgot about the bad there for a little bit, and that was pretty nice. I almost got eliminated immediately. I don't understand. What do I want to do with the fan here? Overall, good experience. I wish I could have. So what I wish was different was I took out a bunch of people right there. Did I win? 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 I won! I won! It took us all out at once. I think I dove right at the end. I did it! I won! There we go. First win on Xbox, baby! Couple of bronze finishes, too. Oh, it doesn't really matter because I have the mask. The face is covered. Hell yeah! There we go. That's a victory to end it. What I was gonna say though, just to kind of quickly wrap this up, I had a great time. I do wish that I could have spent more time walking around and exploring a little bit more. That's something that if I were to go back next year or go back again, just in general, that's something I would like to do more because I really enjoy doing that. Like in Seattle, you saw a lot of that in the vlog that I did from the second time. Was like I walked into like this random mart, or we checked out this boba tea place, or we went to just kind of like the random stuff. I know like Seattle is a lot of, for me at least, it's pretty planned out. We go to like Just Burgers, and we go to Pink Gorilla and stuff like that. But it's the random stuff that I really enjoy going and seeing, and that was something that I was hoping to do more of in Austin. Just didn't work out this time from like a financial perspective, and even from a time perspective. I didn't realize how crunched we would be for time, so coming out of this with like a pretty big coming out of this, I have a pretty big learning experience where it's like, okay, maybe go a day or two early, make sure that we can get a flight that's early so we can spend time in when we get there, and it's not like the middle of the night, and it's kind of like crunched down to one day. Make sure that we're staying all the way through the con, because there's a lot more happening on Sunday than I realized. I guess I always figure the last day of the con would be like the least eventful, I guess, with like stuff. So make sure that we stay through that. Maybe leave the Monday, or maybe leave the Tuesday, give you a bookend day or whatever. Yeah, I feel more comfortable going again, but we might want to do it differently. I don't know. It's kind of hard too, because I look at it and I'm like, am I just coming off of a con high of being like, Lord, I'm firing on all cylinders and I want like all the con stuff and I love the con and blah, blah, blah. But then it's like, man, the financial aspect of it was not great. And like some of the hoops that I felt like I had to jump through, like it just kept kind of piling up on us, and it was not super well explained in some areas, and this, that, and the other thing. But then like the panels were a lot of fun, and even having like an opportunity to get pictures with people was really neat. And it's like all of this mishmashed into what turned out to be a really good experience overall. Just kind of had to stick through it a little bit longer than I guess I would have assumed. So yeah, I don't know. Obviously like I have a whole year to figure it out. It's 369 days or whatever it is from now. But I would love to. I saw a guy walking around with a GoPro backpack that I think was recording or streaming or whatever. But that would be the dream, would be to like go to that, or even just do like kind of traveling in general and just kind of like stream it or do it in some way. I mean, probably kind of weird to be like, I'm traveling just to like stream it, and it's like, well, you know, enjoy things for yourself, but at the same time, like, I think it's cool. It's stuff that I find interesting. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to, but still a lot of positives to pull from it, and a lot of things to learn from it to go like, okay, longer stay. More money. Take with more money with you than we thought we were gonna have. So yeah, I think I got everything. I got like the good stories and the eventful drama. That was RTX for us. 5 panels, 20 some odd pins. I did buy a couple more pins in San Francisco because I love, like I said, I love public transit, so I like the trolley stuff is super interesting to me because I love the design of them. So I did buy 2 trolley pins in San Francisco. So I ended up with a lot of pins, which was really neat. So yeah, I think that's about all the talking my throat can handle right now, which I'm a little surprised by. I guess I probably yelled more than I realized. But relive your ancestors' memories. Oh. Oh, okay, there's an absurd... Okay, gotcha. Got that. Ooh. But, yeah, there you go. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you again so much for helping me hit 1,000 subscribers. That is an absolutely fantastic, amazing thing that I did not ever really expect to happen. I keep going back to it and keep talking about it, but it was always just the goal to hit 100 subscribers, get that URL, make it easier for people to find the channel. And it's exploded 10 times what I really wanted out of it. I'm just going to keep grinding at it every day. Videos 6 a.m., 7 p.m. unless my plans don't go through. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'm having a good time doing it. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I think I covered all the basics. All the basics. Plus, we're also 2 hours and 33 minutes into this video. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we'll see you another day in a different video. Taste test coming out tomorrow, just as a reminder. That's what we're looking at. Yep, that right there. I'm excited about it. I might actually just record it after this. But that'll be up tomorrow. Sunday, Arcade Spirits. Monday is the return of an old show that I like to do. And it looks like Wednesdays and Fridays are going to be kind of the question mark days now. I'm going to move some things around. Didn't get to go to a retro game store like I was wanting to, so the last couple times I've tried to do like grab bag games, sets of grab bag games. Those have not worked out in my favor. This time from more of a financial perspective, because it would cost money to get the Uber all the way over there, or a lot of time on the bus, and we didn't really have extra of either of those. So I wasn't able to get any games in Austin. Maybe next year. We have a couple of places that we're going a little bit later this year, so maybe there's something I can find on there. Maybe it's also a show that I kind of just move on from. But we'll see the return of a show Monday that people seem to enjoy. Tuesday, NFL. Wednesday, question mark. Thursday, question mark. Could be Sea Thieves, could be something different. We'll see. Friday? Question mark. There you go. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoy this outro music. I'll even bump it up a little bit because it's just so fucking good. Goodbye. Thank you for watching so much. I appreciate it. Thank you again for all the subscribers, all the everything. It means a ton to me. Comment down below. If you'd like to see some IRL streams, maybe let me know down below if you'd be interested in that. Streams or videos. Ideally, if I were to get a stream, it would be like a mobile hotspot. It doesn't matter. But yeah, subscribe, thumbs up, comment, algorithms, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.